so ironic being here at Houston Tillotson because I've been here. I'm sorry. I'll just hold this. I was saying it's so ironic being here at Houston Tillotson. I was here twice in the previous few months, ironically, and my life every day is just one huge synchronistic event. It's crazy. I've been working with the Dean of Students here, Dr. Jeff Wilson, and he has an organization called Green is the New Black. And I was told to work with him about a year and a half ago from a gentleman named Plain Fisk that has pretty much has catalyzed the Green Revolution in America that's here in Austin. And so everything is manifesting. Here's my issue too. I totally get everything that you've ever said on any video.
Okay.
I've watched them all. And I've completely embraced that reality, and I've let go of all the fear in my life. It's like, whoa, is this easy? But here's my conundrum, and I'm hoping it'll benefit the audience, is when I came up, I was hesitant. And the issue I'm having, why I was hesitant to raise my hand, but I knew when I raised my hand, you'd pick me. And so I didn't the first time, second time, kind of fill things out. And so, because I feel like I instantly manifested anything I want. It's amazing.
There's a lot of jealous people in the audience right now.
But my journey has been the most incredible, horrific, beautiful experience. And I understand that everything that's happened to me that I thought was the end of the world all served me for now, so my story's changed. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I was saying that everything horrific that has happened to me in my life, like I lost my son, my father, my mentor, my best friend in 2 years. And so, but the story's changed from a victim to wow, to wow. And so, here's my issue. The issue is I look in the audience for a minute. Okay, we're at a historically black university. And I don't see any historically black students. And why is that? So I retired from global project management in oil and gas and precious metal mining, environmental remediation. I left my job, quit, and went and lived in a monastery for a year and a half while I went back to school. The point is I came here to Austin to build off-grid permaculture healing communities for black people.
Okay.
But the deal is, and so they'll start with a community garden and then a restaurant on eco. Well, the point is, here's where I'm having a problem.
Okay.
I want to get to it. It's reconciling. I know that I am not my skin.
Mm-hmm.
But I've come into this three-dimensional reality in this skin. So my experience is one of oppression.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand that I've got this thing going on genetically, DNA. Black people sold black people into slavery.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Yeah.
It's something that we carry.
Yes.
And so my point is, how do I reconcile wanting to help my people with this? I became an energy healer and a sound healer. I went up to all this recently here in order so I can go into my community and teach them what you're teaching them, because there's no exposure to quantum energy and metaphysics and ETs and veganism. It's not there, nowhere. And so the issue I'm having is, how do I focus on uplifting black people while still embracing all people? I feel like I'm one leg over here and one leg over here, where it needs to be a black thing, but I embrace everybody.
Well, you're in the position that you're supposed to be in, because you're like a bridge.
I understand that.
So your foot is going to be on both sides for the rest of your life.
Can you make it easier than that?
I'm pretty sure you didn't say make it easy on me when you came in. So.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna help you do it.
Okay.
So we like to think of things in a sort of vertical way. Even people in the spiritual community, where everything is supposed to be on a horizontal playing field, meaning that your root chakra does not mean more than your crown chakra. They just have different roles, right? But we don't do that, especially in the spiritual field. We like to say, oh, well, the crown chakra is like the greatest, and so if that one's open, then you're like the best ever.
Right.
Now, the reality is there's a great many reasons why somebody would opt, in the first place, to come in the black culture. Oppression, social oppression is one of those things. But the main reason, from non-physical perspective, why you would come in black is because the black culture is still working on tribal contracts. That's root chakra stuff. That's my safety in the world relative to my tribe and what my tribe says I need to be doing. So the issue that you're having is that you're trying to communicate with a group of people from this chakra, when the reality is we need to come from the other side.
Well, I know that because I know I've worked in film, TV, music, ran festivals. I've had like 15 different careers fully where I've reached the top of those careers, owned restaurants, been a cosmetologist, blah, blah, blah. My point is, I know that I need to, as Professor Dumpster, Jeff Wilson says, it's here, we need to use edutainment in order to lure them. Like I wrote a proposal while I went back to school here at St. Edward's for an awakening festival using music and food in order to bring them to it. And then let's have a seminar over here and a healing session over the table over here, just to kind of acclimate them to this new reality, this new information. So I understand that it has to come that way.
So here's my question.
Okay.
Why do you think they need to?
Because this is a planetary evolution, and it includes all beings. So that's why I think we need to. When I say we, just the incarnation of this color, you know? And no one, I've been told, I lived with Native Americans for years. I lived with monks. I lived with Hindus and Africans, and where I immersed myself into those cultures. And they all told me I was going to do this.
Yes.
But it's hard.
It's because you've got it in your mind, the belief pattern that they don't want to come yet.
Yeah.
So that one is a barrier.
Yeah.
For you, you're going to not line up with the ones that are actually interested, that are actually going to want to come. You're going to feel like it's a fight. That one belief is making you a match to people who don't really want to make that shift.
I understand that. Clearly. Clear. Ding. Yeah. It's always so simple when the light bulb comes on, like, duh. But it's moving into it and embracing that truth, that reality, where it becomes your truth.
So what I want you to do is to get really aggressive and outside the box. It's going to be hard. I mean, it's as hard for you to do this as it is for somebody who's, like, say, really poor and homeless to suddenly manifest $1 million.
Well, I am poor and homeless.
Well,
I mean, but I don't feel that.
so that's not your problem.
Right.
But what I want you to do is really test yourself with this particular belief. Because even when you sit here and you say, well, I'm going to do a music festival so I can sort of trick them into being conscious, that suggests that on the flip side of that.
Well, it's not all. It's just, to me, the mass. Of course there's conscious people in the black community. They mentored me. So I know
change
that.
the belief.
Okay. Change it. Let's be specific here. Change it from
They are
to
ready.
what? They are ready.
They are all ready. Because they are.
Yeah. Do they just not know they're ready?
No, they know.
They know, okay.
They know they're ready, but like most of the people, black, white, or Asian in this country or any country, it's like, where am I going to get my food from? Where am I going to, make my kids go to school at? It's just this stuff that basically makes it so that we can't focus on anything else.
I totally understand that. That's why, I've had award-winning restaurants, and my thing is, again, start with a community garden, and then build an eco-restaurant from the ground up with solar, wind, rain harvesting. Go from garden to table and let the community run it. Give the restaurant to Houston Tillotson students. I don't want to run it. I just want to gift it.
Yeah, that's genius.
Yeah, and so that way people need to eat.
Mm-hmm.
People need entertainment. Yeah. People need to come together. And so I'm not trying to trick them. I'm trying to use those root things.
I'm just teasing you because the energy you have is like they don't want it.
But I understand. No, it's not that they don't want it. It's my thing of a lack of knowledge or ignorance of what's available. Like, put your house on solar and save the money. And be in control of your own reality if the grid goes down.
Exactly.
How simple is that? But we don't think like that because, like you said, we're all chasing the almighty dollar. We're trying to survive. We're in a survival mode. So how can you go up here if you're down here?
Exactly.
Trying to eat.
Yes.
So I understand it. So I'm trying to shift people.
So my solution is to get rid of the survival issue. See, like me from my perspective, because I'm doing this company thing, right? I'm not even going to come into communities like that with a spiritual edge at all. I'm literally just going to be like, how can we figure out how to get everybody out of survival mode? Because the reality is, once you get people out of survival mode, they're already there.
Yes.
What else is there to think about?
I've had that awareness. And don't even go in with woo-woo.
Mm-hmm.
Go in with, let's eat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's get money. Let's pay the bills. And then it'll open up.
Exactly.
When you release that fear
Yes.
of being consumed by the other activities,
Yes.
that I understand, I'm clear.
And that will that will do good for your vibration too, just to trust that if this stuff is done with, you don't even have to work on the rest of it with them. That all beings in this universe, regardless of what skin color they might have, they are spiritual beings first.
Yes,
and they know it.
And they know it. But they forget it. They forgot it.
You know what? If I would kind of want to like switch brains with you for a day. Because
Okay.
what's interesting is like even in the most ignorant places, people do get it. They just don't share it with their neighbor.
Yeah. Well, I know that's true because I did training recently with Dr. Eric Pearl to become a reconnective healer. And I know when people are feeling my energy, I know it because I get an autonomous response back in my palm. And I'm like, you didn't feel nothing? And they're like, well, I was peaceful. I'm like, yeah, that's it. Because they can't process, they can't even speak about what's happening in their body. And I know what's going on. Can't lie.
Yes.
So I understand what you're saying through that example. Yeah, I get it. I want to tell you that, I've got it. You've given me what I came for. Yeah, but I want to say that I've seen you do a video with Infinite Waters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's great. He's British.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so my point is, there aren't African American. I'm always a chocolate drop in the milk wherever I go.
That's what I felt like when I came here to this university yesterday.
Of course. And my thing is, that's what's funny, is that we're in a black university where it's easily accessible.
Where are they?
That's my point. And so, but I want to say that it's you and Infinite Waters and people that are doing things. I woke up digitally by sitting in front of YouTube and watching and listening to you and applying what you said to my life and others like you. And you among, I could say, top 5 YouTube teachers. And people need to know that they don't need to go anywhere. They can be in the comfort of their home and get it all because it's energy. Being here is being there. Because our minds are timeless, spaceless.
Yes.
And so I just want to just express my gratitude for my community. Thank you.
Thank you.